Alright, what's going on YouTube? We are doing Breaking the Ice on Veteran mode. Our hero is a level 10 starter hero. Everything is maxed out. For our towers, we have the Boomerangs, the Inferno Mages, the Goblins, the Mausoleum, and the Rockets. And then for our upgrade tree, we have the fully upgraded tree. I chose the Tanky Boys, the Tanky Demon Guards over the Pitchforks. And let's go ahead and hop right into it. There we go. So, starting off this level, it's an interesting campaign series, the Ice Witch campaign. I don't know which one of the three expansions I like best. I think I like maybe the Hallowsville one, but this is a good one. It's probably maybe my second favorite. So, we put a Rocket on this roundabout area towards the center, and then a Mausoleum towards the top, and then a Ogre Den on the other side, and that's roundabout area, just like such. Then we have an Inferno Mage towards the top. And we're going to max out our rockets before the wave even starts. Because this rocket here is going to shred anything that touches it. All of these guys have high magic resist and relatively low armor. So they just die really quickly. Only takes a couple of shots from the rockets to destroy these Apex Stalkers, which are super annoying. And then it'll help us later on with all the other stuff that comes along. So it's going to be a great tower to have early on, and I think it's a fun tower as well. So we max that out, and then we just put a little Mausoleum tower at the very bottom. You can see once I got the money. These ice golems, so you can see these clumps of snow all over the grounds. These are ice golems. You have to pay 200 gold to destroy them. Otherwise, they wake up and they start to march their way towards your checkpoint. They have a ton of HP. They take forever to kill. And they do a fair bit of damage to your reinforcements and stuff like that. So very, very annoying enemy. And it's a very curious mechanic because it basically forces you to not spend all of your gold if you wish to destroy them. And most of the time you want to destroy them because it's just way too cumbersome to kill them along with everything else. So we're going to go ahead on the bottom here as these guys make their way down. We're going to put a Boomerang and a Inferno Mage. Inferno Mages are usually a very good tower to put on the roundabouts because they have the most coverage and they do a ton of damage, so really good to put them. We're going to rotate our hero down, and we're going to put a Ogre Den at the bottom, right as the center converges in that little fork area. And with our hero there, he is just an absolute raid boss. He's going to kill everything. Meanwhile, at the top, you can see I just dropped I cleared one of those golems out because it was starting to shake. You'll know if it's about to wake up because it'll shake, so just save your money. And you can see wave 3, start of wave 3, I cleared one out. So make sure you have 200 gold going into wave 3. At the top, the Ice Giant is going to get wrecked by the Mausoleum. And then the Rockets. I have my hero at the bottom just to finish off the rest of these droughts. And I'm dropping a Soul Impact at the top now just to clear out the Apex Stalker. I think that's a little bit... The Apex Stalkers are very frustrating because they summon the little shards at the end. So you have to be careful those don't slip by your defenses. And as your ogres die, just go ahead and upgrade them so you get some more out. And I'm rotating my hero back to the top and just have him clear off the stuff here. You can see our Mausoleum is now level 3. And we are going into wave 4. I'm going to clear off some of the stuff before I call the wave in. I don't want it to get too clumped up. I know these elite levels tend to be a little bit challenging. Can easily get carried away if you call stuff in too fast. So there we go. Ice Giant is almost dead. Apex Stalker is coming in. And we're just having a hero chill here. We got a lot of stalling power and a lot of damage, especially when they're clumped up like that. The Rocket is absolutely doing work. Now at the bottom, you gotta be really careful because the Ice Witches, they will summon lots and lots of shards. So I dropped my hero power down there at the bottom. And I'm just keeping my hero at the top here to kill off these Stalkers. He does a really good job of killing them off. It's a lot of damage coming out from our hero. And you can see just continuously keep the Ice Witches busy. You really don't want them to summon anything. Because the Ice Shards are actually pretty good against the level 1 Ogres. They just chomp them. You can see that he kills off one of them. He almost kills 2. And yeah, Ogres just don't do a lot of damage. They're kind of squishy at level 1. So anyway, we're dropping our hero power. We're just keeping those things busy at the bottom. And our hero has done his job at the top. So good stuff. Just debating on what to do with my money. I would just hold on to it if you have around 200 gold, because you're going to have to clear off the golems. Now, notice I dropped a soul impact on the bottom on all those ice witches. Very important to kill them off. And they didn't quite die, so I had to summon a reinforcement as well. And now at the top, you can see those tanky golem-looking things. These release what's called tortured souls once they die. And if you don't kill them quickly, they will respawn, which is like super, super frustrating. So you can see the little soul thing is summoned, and I'm trying to kill it. Thankfully, it is dying. Yeah, there we go. But if you don't kill it quick enough, it will summon another one of the golems, and you just have to repeat the whole process over again. So very scary. Something you want to clear up quickly. You can damage it with the artillery, but they have very high armor. So it's much better to kill it if you can with the mage tower, and that's one of the reasons why I just got a level 4 mausoleum. You can see the bulk of the enemies, at least from the early game, are going to be coming from this top wave. That's why we have most of our money on the top. And our hero's just kind of chilling out there. He can't actually attack the soul. He's just there to try to take out everything else. So probably going to rotate him bottom pretty soon. But we got all these draughts coming. Now here's a golem that's shaking. And I don't think I cleared up. I just let it summon. Because there's another one at the bottom in the center there I had to clear up. And that was much closer to my choke point. So I was much more scared of that one. At the bottom here, these guys are trying to walk their way towards our checkpoint. I have to be careful of when I actually kill them, because it's going to determine when I release the spirit. So I upgrade my Inferno mages, and I wanted to die about in the bottom, right next to the Ogre Den. So that way, when the spirit comes out, I can kill it so it doesn't respawn. Sometimes it's actually better if it's like, if you know the spirit's going to come back, to just drop a soul impact on it to make sure it dies. But anyway, our hero is at the top, and you can see a little spirit coming out. Hopefully we have enough damage to kill it off. Level 2 mage is probably not going to be enough, but we did have to build a mausoleum tower, and I think with that, it died. Once they get to a certain point, if the spirits come out, if they're close enough to your checkpoint, they won't actually respawn into the ice golems. So I think that I may have gotten lucky there where it got too close to my checkpoint and it didn't resummon. But yeah. You can see it's taking a lot of damage and just died. Now, Apex, I'm moving my hero to the top to clear off these Apex stalkers. Much more worried about one of those slipping past than these giant ice golems because they're so slow. I'm also upgrading my Inferno mage at the top right there because that's going to be important in the future. In fact, I lost a game earlier because I was playing and I didn't realize that, this big stuff comes down that top that has a lot of armor. So if you don't upgrade the Inferno mage, you just kind of lose later on. So I'm spending my money mostly to clear off these ice columns. You can see I just spent 400 gold to clear off the one at the bottom and top that were kind of deep into my lines, because these guys are going to be really, really annoying later on if you don't clear them up. And you can see at the top, or at the bottom, the ice golem thing is almost dead. There we go. And we should be able to clear up that tormented soul. They can actually take damage from the Tesla coil, and you'll see that's what's going to happen here. Goodbye. Our hero at the top is just doing work. You may want to upgrade your ogres just to get more stalling power. And that's pretty much it. The wave is calling in, and we are going into wave 8 here. We managed to weather the storm so far. And we have fully upgraded Mausoleum now. Level 3, Inferno. I would, if you're not sure, what to do with your money, it's a good option just to hold on to it to clear off the golems when they start shaking. Those are usually a lot scarier than getting another upgrade. A lot more key, but you can see over on the bottom, or the top side, top right, I put another Inferno down. And I just thought my hero would be much more useful at the bottom, clearing off some of these draughts. That's why I dropped the Soul Impact and almost got a complete reset, so that was good. Here's where the wave 8 is where the ice giants start to come from the top on the right hand side, so that's why I had to build the Inferno mages. Unfortunately, he's just a little bit out of range of that fully upgraded, or the third level 3 Inferno, so I had to quickly upgrade the other one to level 2. And I'm just upgrading more ogres to stall this thing out as much as possible. The mass spam of the draughts on the bottom are not too big of a deal because we can always drop a Soul Impact. But my hero has to come and clear this up at the top. Otherwise, these guys could just wreck me. So thankfully, they're almost dead. The Mage Tower did quite a bit of damage, but we have to be careful. And these draughts coming at the bottom, I'm dropping a Soul Impact. And I'm upgrading our Ogre Den, just kind of doing what we can. Ice Giant is almost dead. Yep, he's dead. Okay. I think I moved my hero to the bottom just to clear up some of the stuff. Nope. Okay. Yeah, I just leave it. They're going to die. He needs to be at the top to deal with the Ice Giants or Ice Golem things. And spent another 200 gold to clear up a Golem that was probably going to wake up pretty soon. So I just decided that I didn't want that thing anywhere near my defenses. Going to clear it off now that I have some money. My hero is just doing a good job of taking stuff out. And we're not going to call this wave in too early. We're going to just let the stuff die. We want to be very safe going into wave 10. These guys take time to kill. We don't want them to resummon or anything. So just be better to be safe than sorry. You don't want to lose the game because you're calling stuff in early. And we're a little over halfway now. We're going to get close to calling it in, but just have patience. Just have patience. It'll be worth it in the long run. So we still got 24 gold from calling it in, just a wee bit early. And I am paranoid of those ice switches, so I clear off another ice golem and I drop my hero power at the bottom. And I just do not want these ice switches summoning anything because they have a tendency to sneak past. And there's another golem that tried to wake up, but not today. I've lost too many games, man. Too many games to those ice golems. I'd rather pay the 200 gold. Move my hero down to help kill off these ice switches. Hopefully you can get a little stalling on them. Just drop my hero power on the top. Just anything to get a little bit of stall. Too many ice shards quickly overrun your defenses. You can see we're going to have to drop a Soul Impact at the bottom as these things start to clump up. Fortunately, they do stop and shoot, so they kind of clump themselves up, which is helpful. But you got to be careful if you see a lot of shards start to clump up because that's very quickly can they overwhelm your defenses. So treat those things. They may seem like a pretty insignificant enemy, all things considered, but they actually you're not going to lose the game per se, but you're going to lose a life. And for us, we're going for 20 lives, so we can't risk losing a life. That's bad. Now at the bottom, or at the top right, I'm just upgrading my Ogre Den. And once I get the helmets on them, they're pretty tanky. They actually do a pretty good job of tanking these out. They're kind of like it's like having 3 Black Knights. They're pretty solid. I also went ahead and bought a gargoyle from our mausoleum at the top. To deal with this drought spam, I moved my hero over to the top right. And I went ahead and dropped the Soul Impact to get a nice reset. Got about 3/4 of the way reset. We have plenty of gold. You can see the ice golems have pretty much been removed from the map. I don't think there's a single one left. Actually, there's one. Okay. So I'm sure I will eventually remove that. I don't remember if this wave or the next wave, but I think I do clear it off pretty soon. The mausoleum is doing a really good job of damaging these ice titan things. And the soul should die. That's going to be really useful, having that level 3 and the fully upgraded artillery. So they die very quickly there. And then our hero, we're just dropping reinforcements to stall out the stuff on the bottom. Those ice giants are slow. And they take a ton of damage from the mausoleum, so we're going to try to keep them in range of that as much as possible. Apex shards don't mean anything against our fully upgraded Ogre Den. So we're safe at the top, although that's quite a few of them. And these ice giants at the bottom, well, they're going to slowly die. I think I do end up dropping a Soul Impact at the bottom, but... And then, yeah, so pretty good. As long as we had a fully upgraded Ogre Den, we were safe there. And as these ice giants walk the gauntlet, we shouldn't have too much to worry about. It's mostly these ice witches that are the problem. So while our hero's at the top, we're going to try to stall them out. Stall the ice witches out. But I don't have my reinforcement up, so I just move him down. And I'm just trying to kill off the ice witches, man. And then the ice shard, you can see, almost made it. So we had to drop a Soul Impact. And I'm upgrading our ogre tower to get the extra reinforcements out, because we have to stall at the ice giant just a little bit longer. There we go. You can see the snowman. They're all starting to clump up, and man, do they take so much damage from that artillery. It just shreds them. They have a lot of magic resist, but no armor, so they just get shredded by that artillery. They're doing their best to freeze my towers, but as long as we keep tapping, we're good. Look at all those shards just running down the lane. Fortunately, the ogres now are upgraded, so we're not too scared, but man, those ice witches, though, they can really be a problem. They can just wreck your defenses, especially when they're weaved in with some of the tankier guys. So you know where we're dropping the soul impact, right at the bottom. And with that 200 gold, that is the last of the ice golems dead. Lots of stuff going on now. This is wave 14, so we are almost to the end. We do drop another soul impact, and I think that was a really important soul impact there, because without those ice witches dead, we probably would have lost this game at this point. So, but anyway, shards are going down. Our hero is just trying to debate on whether he wants to go top or bottom. I think I just keep him in the center, because I don't want the ice titans to die away from my mages. I want them to be like within mage range so they can die, and then the souls will die as well. So the top is just like our main choke point, and that's where we're trying to keep these guys. Some of them are slipping past or starting to go down the bottom or the center lane, but that's okay. That's what they look like. You see that little animation where they came together. Like one soul had died, but it came back. So that's what we don't want to happen. That's a lot of extra time to kill stuff. Meanwhile, our hero is just going to be at the top on the right-hand side. And at this bottom side, we're just a little scared of these ice giants, man. There's quite a few of them now. They are very slow, and they do die to the mage towers, but they're once these droughts die, we have to move our hero back. You can see the souls trying to slip past. And all eyes are at the bottom now as we wrap up this 15th wave. So very scary. We're going to drop a soul impact. We're trying to unfreeze our towers. That our snowmen, the snowmen are pretty much dead. So it's going to be a little tight, but that's okay. We're selling towers now. We're going to buy more gargoyles. We're fully upgrading the mausoleum. And they're all clumped up now at the bottom. So can we make it? I think we can make it. Level 4 ogre den coming out. Man, those guys look burly. Putting some points into teleports, putting our hero down there, just throwing everything we have. I went ahead and sold most of the other towers that were out of range, and I just upgraded the mausoleum to max, and also the Inferno Mage. Get the affliction, get the possession, and that's going to give me just a ton of stalling power, as you can see. And with that, victory is at hand, guys. The souls are trying to make it. They're running for it, but they're not going to make it. Mausoleum too strong. Goodbye. Alright, well, I hope you guys enjoyed that. Hope you found that entertaining. Maybe you learned something. I will see you guys in the next video. Have a good one.